Yeah. Mi amigo.
Camera.
Camera, see.
Yeah.
Just got some nice lobsters. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Cool. I traded for some flour. Oh, it's barco.
Yes.
Barco, yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, amigo.
Tomorrow prend, no?
Tomorrow. Muchas gracias. Adios, amigo.
No aluminios, aluminios.
For these guys in the island, it's really hard to get their hands on anything, so he started rattling off a whole list of stuff.
Golfish, basura, quemar, fuego, basura, no basura.
Basura, I don't know, no.
Just been trading with this guy.
I bought some bags of flour to trade with the Indians. I'm only here for a few hours, and already I got I got lobster for dinner, man. I've been trading flour for lobster. That's so cool. I gave him some water and some other bits and pieces as well. Real nice guy. He's a family man. He's got 3 hours. He just caught a few lobsters. I got some bananas from him as well, and some mangoes and lemons. And he's got to sail 3 hours to get home from there. Nice guy. I wish I'd give him some more stuff, but you know, where do you stop? I'm not sure how to cook lobster. I'm going to work this out now.
Since reading books about the Pacific since I was a lad, seeing pictures of boats like this enthralled me and excited me, and to actually see one for real was a real treat. That night the rain came down and the wind came up. Big time. I couldn't see more than a few feet from the boat. I was like in the middle of nowhere and it was dark and raining. Next morning it wasn't much better. It just kept coming down. So I kind of made coffee, had some breakfast and wondered what to do next.
Just been cleaning up. All that water came through that window last night. Oh, water coming in into the galley and everywhere. I was sleeping in here and I didn't get the forward hatch closed quick enough. I had a air scoop, so wetted the bed. At my age, honestly. No, it was the rain, really. The main hatch is open in the saloon, but the dinghy's on the roof, so it affords ventilation without letting any water in, although it did spray a bit. Anyway, I had to vacate the cabin and come and sleep in here. Lucky none of the electronics got wet or anything like that. Everything appears to be working okay this morning, but we're not getting much charge from the sun. There's the Hdr-as30v sail. I forgot him until this morning. Poor little fellow's out there going, help me Barry, help me. So I got him down. Everything else is soaking on the deck. Did get a lot of laundry done. That's sort of getting a second rinse by lying on the deck. I'm going to squeeze all that out in a minute. Doing some washing up. More laundry on this side of the boat, and out there you can see one of the reefs. And there's the main reef that's next to me. I couldn't see any of this last night. It was dense rain, let me tell you. There was more water in the atmosphere than there was air, and that's not an exaggeration. We're bouncing a bit, but it's tolerable. We've got to go up there, and I can't see anything. What's the weather going to do? I have no contact with the outside world, so I don't know what the weather's going to do next. Do I stay here or go? It's decision time. I have to make my way 15 miles up there to find another safe anchorage. Or do I stay here? It is very pretty, even though it is miserable. I don't know if you can see it, even the bimini's leaking there, so I've had water everywhere in the boat. Oh, what do? I could stay here, edit a video, or I've got to find my friends also. Various other people I know here, friends of mine run somewhere up here, but of course I've no internet, I have no telephone, I can't tell anybody back in Britain where I am. So I'm very much out of touch here. Trying to give you a heads up on the chart here. There's at the top, just north of Cartagena, is Santa Marta where we were, and we made our way down here to Panama. Where we are at the moment is the San Blas Islands on the north coast of Panama. The thing about the San Blas is that there are no accurate charts. You can see my current position here. I'm actually about there, but on the chart it puts me there. That's how far out this chart is. Today the plan is to go from there across this expanse of water up to a place called the Devil's Key. It's about 14 miles from there to Devil's Key, but the problem is I'm leaving too late. It's going to take me at least 4 hours, and it's 25 past 11. By the time I get the boat going, it'll be 12. It's a shame. I'm almost reconsidering my decision because the wind is blowing exactly the right direction for me to get there on downwind sail. But it'll be a 4-hour trip, at least 4 hours. Then I've got to get in, so add another hour to that. So we're talking 5 hours. That'll mean anchor down at 5 o'clock if it all goes well. That's getting dark. That is, you definitely can't, I mean, like today now, you can't see the reefs. There's actually a very shallow spot just over here, about where my finger is, just over there. And the sea keeps piling up on it. You can't see it. I know it's there. You can't see it in this light, and you don't want to be running over anything like that. Whoa. I'm almost reconsidering, but no, best be safe. As you can see, the boat's bouncing around a bit. It's just dreadful weather. What I'm going to do is call this a rest day. I've done a maintenance on the engine. I've done laundry. I had to clean out a lot of the bilge that had a lot of water in it from the window, a window that leaked in the galley last night. It was pouring into the boat. It was just unbelievable. Anyway, so that's all sorted and done now. That's what's taken the time, and then by the time I got everything ready to go, it's 20 past 11, and I thought, no, not enough time. It's pushing it. I need to get away in the morning if I'm going to do these things. There was no charts this morning. So I'm just going to stay here. Maybe my little friend will come back, he came in the canoe yesterday. He's a nice guy, a Guna Indian. This is all Guna lands. This is actually part of Panama behind me, but this part of the coast and the islands are Guna. They're sort of semi-independent, if you like. The Panamanians let them do what they want to a certain extent. So I've not actually checked into the country or anything yet. I'm kind of illegal. I'm on passage still. I've stopped due to bad weather. Officially. So the thing is, nobody seems to know how it works here. So what you do is you come and you do the islands, and then you book into Panama proper, which is a very, very, very expensive place. I think apparently it's the most expensive country in the world to take a boat in. It's a lot of money. So I'm just going to rest today, eat something, edit a video. That'll be nice. You can see that thing over there now. You can just see where there's a bit of a wave coming out there. I can see it with my eye. There's just a disturbance just in the water there. That's actually very, very shallow, and it's not that far behind me. I don't want to come bounce on it. Indeed, if I was to slip back and bounce on that with my rudder, for example, that would be goodbye rudder. So there's all this, I mean, it's just incredibly beautiful here. There's this reef over here. It's so beautiful, but deadly for boats and old sea dogs. So I've just weathered a pretty nasty, bumpy, windy night here. Everything seems to be okay, so we can do that again tonight. Better than
the unknown out there in this weather. I'm being a bit overcautious perhaps, but getting in at near dark into a reef system is not a good idea. Having a bit of a day of it today, and this is one of the reasons why I'm having a bit of a day of it. If I can get close to this without hitting it, I think I've just passed an old dugout canoe that was in the water, which was massive, and this is also rather massive. Just coming past oh my god, there's two of them, look. There's two trees in the water, mate. That's huge. Just been through a big squall, so my laundry didn't get dry. Started out with good intent for sailing. The weather was good. I upped anchor this morning about 7 o'clock, and it was just right, but no, it died off, apart from the squalls that we get. Again, beautiful countryside, but I'm just not getting to see it. I've had a couple of squalls, passed a couple of reefs, and a log and a canoe. And I haven't even had my breakfast. Heading over this way to some more reefs, about 15 miles, 16 miles to run, under power. Hopefully I'll find some people and some Wi-Fi and be back in civilization. Got my sunshade rigged up behind me, keep me nice and cool. Been motoring for the last 3 hours northwest up the coast of Panama and the San Blas Islands here, trying to find Wi-Fi, trying to find a bar, trying to find news, radio communications, telephone network, the whole lot. I've seen everything. I've seen a coffin at sea, an old canoe, and an island with a little tree on it. Coming into some more trash. I think they should name this place the Sand Trash Islands. But anyway, what we're here to do is to look at this place. Yet another beautiful island. Coming into this island past a catamaran. I don't know if there's anybody on board. Looks like maybe they're having a siesta or something. There's another catamaran over there, but I'm going to see if I can find some place to stop over here. This morning off on another jaunt. Shadow is up to her normal tricks again, likes to just tear off at an angle and go and see reefs. I'm sailing around these islands here, giving a nice wide berth because it was all fringing reefs everywhere. I was just coming down on them about 10 minutes ago. I went below, the course was set, and I came up and I was over there somewhere. Well, there, over there, or somewhere very close to that lot. Wind vane steering is great, but it's not overly great going downwind, although she is doing a good job. The sea's a little bit lumpy at the moment, especially here around the reef, so that kind of knocks her off course a bit. And with the wind directly behind me, I can't use the head sail, so she's sort of flopping around a little bit, so I got to keep an eye. I just trying to make a cup of coffee, you know, trying to get something to eat. See on this side over here, some more islands and reefs. Wherever you see an island, there's a reef all the way around it. Just got to quickly film this for you. I'm trying to get into, there's a reef in here somewhere. I'm not sure where. There's a wrecked ship there, and I don't know if you can see it. Just to the right of it is a wrecked yacht. Just to the left of that is an anchorage. And it's all pretty stormy and horrible at the moment. The charts are bad, but here they're really bad. There's a blank spot in this area here, and it's just not covered. As if to prove a point about the reefs, I was heading for a small place, I think they call the swimming pool, which has a lot of cruising boats anchored in there, but the weather was really bad, and this boat here was trapped on the wrong side of the reef. They got themselves into trouble, and people were there trying to help them out. Hours later, and I'm on the Sony action cam because I keep getting rained on. I still haven't found a place to anchor yet. I got cut up by some guy in a yacht who was trying to be first, and nearly collided with me a couple of times, so I shouted at him. I wish I got that on video. Anyway, I've got a couple of Guna Indians showing me the way. It was great. I ran into these two and they offered to take me through the reef systems to a safe anchorage. Sometimes the locals have been known to kind of fleece the cruisers that come through for a bit of money, but these two, they were great. They wanted nothing at all. On the back there's Lisa. She's a local character who happens actually to be a transvestite. I didn't find that out till later. With this view behind me, you can hardly believe if I tell you I had a crappy day today. I went out, I nearly ran into a reef. I was trying to get up the way there to a new sort of location a bit further up in San Blas, and it was quite bumpy. Then I bumped into these guys with a boat that were having trouble getting it off a reef, but I wasn't going to go in there because I didn't want to risk my boat. And there were some friends, two lady friends, a mother and daughter have got a boat up here. I talked to them last night on the radio, and I got opposite where they were, and I was like, I'm going to call them on the radio, and just then I broke one of the lazy jacks on the mast here, so dust flying all over the place, and it was going to go up the mast, so I thought I've got to get out of the wind, otherwise it's going to cause me a big problem, so I can retrieve it. And then all of a sudden my refrigerator stopped working, so the beer's getting warm. So this is a major problem. So I decided to pull over where they're anchored, which actually is just up here. It looks bloody gorgeous, I gotta say. So, and it's a big lagoon. It seems to be quite sheltered, so it might be a result at the end of the day. But I know me, when things start going stupid and things keep happening, it's time to just stop and just stop what I'm doing and pick it up the next day, which is what I'm going to do now. So hopefully I'll get the fridge fixed. If not, I'm going to be warm beer this evening. No, but at least I've got beer, but it's running out. I need to find a shop, I need to find internet, and I need to use the phone. Say goodbye to the ladies. I'm not going to anchor near them. They're in this like a circular reef. So I'm on my way back out through that reef, and you can see facing into the sun the problems. You just cannot see the reef itself underwater. But as you start to pass and the light is now coming from the right of the screen, you can actually start to see the reef. So I tried to memorize where the reef was on the way in when I could see it with my back to the sun. So I think I can make a turn now, I'm hoping. Now going to try a little anchorage just over there. You can see there and there's a gap. On either side is reef. This is the kind of stressful stuff I'm dealing with at the moment. Right, I'm going to slow it right down now. Chickening out. That's really shallow there. Come on, Shaddy, move back. My nose is swinging into it. Shit, I just went aground. I just went aground and I think she turned on the keel. I hope not the rudder. Shit. Right. Deep water, put the anchor down and stop. It's been one of those days. Let's just stop. Managed to eventually stop the boat after running aground. It's been a horrible day again. Awful. It's ungodly hot. It's hot in the boat, and even worse, it's hot in the cooler. it's not working, and I don't know why yet. So that's and I've lost the rope up the mast. So I'm gonna, all these things I'm going to do now. But first, I've got to prioritise the jobs. So the first thing, I need some volunteers, 6 of them. 6 volunteer beer cans, a net bag, and some cordage. It's a little trick I learnt in the Lake District in England. This is a far cry from the Lake District with palm trees and everything. But down there is cooler than it is up here. So we don't have the modern convenience of a fridge anymore, so we'll go back to the old ways, the way it was done in my granddaddy's day. Well, that's it. My old school beer cooler is now ready. I'm anchored in, I think, about 12 meters of water. I thought this cord was a bit longer, so there's just 5 meters of it, but it'll be colder down there than it is up here. So see you later, my little beauties. This is for this evening, by the way. I allow myself a beer or two then. Oh shit. They're coming out the net. Oh shit. Don't. They've come out of the net as well, so I've got to go jump in to save the bloody things. Oh dear, and you'll have to tune in next time to find out what happened. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Also, thank you to my wonderful patrons for their support. If you'd like to help, please check out my Patreon page. And for real-time updates to find out what I'm actually doing now, you can do that on Facebook, Adventures of an Old Seadog. All links are below. Please don't forget to subscribe and give us a big thumbs up. Thanks, until next time, safe sailing. Bye for now. Oh shit.